just an ordinary day, but it feels like it's enough. With simple steps and quiet ways, I find the beauty in the rough. The traffic comes, the sidewalks crowded. Still I hear my own soft tune. Moments hiding in the commonplaces turn to silver, gold, and bloom. It's just an ordinary day, but it feels
Over these grids. Light upon her skin, coffee cup before the day begins. Don't go, stay a while, we'll slow it all the way back down. Time is still and there's nowhere to be. Birds are talking outside, giving space for the words we hold inside to come out. So stay a while and slow it all the way back down. Stay a little longer, it's only getting warmer. Slow it down 'cause time can't wait. Hold on to this moment, watch the sunlight pouring. Keep it like a picture frame. So stay a while and don't go, 'cause we got time, we'll slow it all the way back.
sun is fading into amber skies. The golden glow in tired eyes.
Sparkling.
The day has spoken all it knew.
꺼가지고 스튜에서.
Now the evening paints its view. It's the shining
고기도 맛있네.
end of a shining day, where worries softly drift away.
만들었어.
The sunset holds me calm
요괴들이 많이
and near.
어,
I find my rest. My soul is clear.
맛있지?
맛있어.
The streets grow quiet, the stars awake. The night is gentle, the world at stake. I lay my head, the silence